welcome to yet another episode of Hey, My Friend Made a Thing, GenCon edition.
GenCon?
GenCon! That's where we are. Whoa. Right now, that's where we are. And I'm sitting here with Frisco Cruise, an awesome new friend that apparently has so many games, guys.
Yeah, I've got a lot going on.
So many games. So why don't we jump right in? Like, what the hell? Why do you have so many games? Do you just poop games?
A little bit, yeah.
Frisco's Cruise poops games. Confirmed.
It's true. The rumors are true. I know you've heard a lot of rumors about how much I poop games, and they're all true. But no, it's basically all I really do with my hobby and free time. Like, I see people hang out and then make games constantly.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've just been making games for a long time, and now it's all I think about.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great.
Is that kind of how, like, if you build chairs all day in your dreams, you see chairs?
Yeah, kind of. Except for, if you're really fucking into building chairs, then that's the same thing. Yeah, like, if you're haunted by the idea of building chairs, then not the same thing.
Oh, then that's not good.
No.
So, are you happy that all you think about is games, or are you like, oh god, the horror?
No, I'm pretty into it.
You're pretty into it.
Yeah, I'm pretty into
Giving in to your doom.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, what if, you know how I work like a day job 8 hours a day?
Yeah.
What if when I got home, I cleaned for an hour and then worked for another 10 hours on games, but for no money?
That's the dream, guys. That's the dream.
Yeah, right? You just get to work 20-hour days for no money.
I mean, the true punk lifestyle. Yes, definitely. This guy is no sellout.
No, please give me your fucking money. Give me all your money. Give me your
better
money.
have my money.
That's right. But this year I kind of I used to do a lot of work for like other LARPs and like other game people, and like I worked with other systems basically, and tried to make other systems do the things that I wanted them to.
Yeah.
And then I realized, actually, fuck this, and just started making my own systems.
I think like that's a point for like every designer is like going, actually, fuck this.
Yeah, like when I was a kid, I was really into D&D, but I really wanted to like make my own setting and like have all of these things. So I made my own. Like I made an entire setting, and I changed the rules slightly so they'd fit better. But I was also 12, and so it sucked. But then over time, I got better at making them not suck.
You have to suck a lot in order to not suck, I think.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that it's crazy that literally anything that you do requires practice.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's basically what I do.
Except for like maybe things you don't need to do. Like you could be like naturally good at falling.
Yeah, you could be, but then you've got to you're not naturally good at catching yourself. So you probably when you fall and you eat shit real hard, and it like totally destroys your life. Not a lot of practice. However, if you fall a lot and you don't get wrecked by falling over, that's a practiced skill.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can see that.
Anyways,
So what are a couple of your games? Like, give us a little elevator pitch.
Okay, cool. So all
cool
my
shit.
stuff this year is I actually put out a website called Anomalous Entertainment Company. And
it is a slick-looking website.
It's where I'm putting all my stuff. My goal for this year was to produce one game or game-like tool or element that you could use every month, and so far I have done that. It's been kind of garbled up because about 2 months ago I got pulled to do a full weekend LARP with no preparation, no setting, nothing. They're like, hey, in October, we need you to run a full weekend LARP. Also, you have to have all of your tickets sold by the end of July. So I've had to make that entire system, which has counted for my making a game per month. We just funded yesterday, so I'm going to be getting back on my monthly turnaround for games.
A game every month.
Yes. And the 2 games that are up so far are Mechs into Plowshares, and Mechs into Plowshares is a single player story game that you play through on your own. And once you've played through it...
So does that mean, like, you have a GM and a player, or you only...
You only...
So it's like Solitaire?
Nope. It's like a story. So, like, the whole...
Right.
Like, imagine, like...
So it's like... What I mean is, like, the role-playing version of playing Solitaire.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's still a lot of creative elements to this. Like, whenever you usually hear like a story-driven single-player game, you're thinking of like a Twine game or something like that that's got a lot of predefined data.
Yeah,
But
generally.
yeah, in Mechs into Plowshares, you actually like make a lot of the game, and like I spent a lot of effort trying to help you feel connected to your mecha.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you have like some kind of bond with your mech. Like,
Yeah, and like
it's your friend.
It is your friend, and like you get to define a lot of its personality traits, which matter later in the game. You get
That's
to
really
define what it
cool.
looks like. You're a farmer now, which is why it's Mechs into Plowshares. You're an ex-soldier that was fighting on the border, and now you have to run a farm.
Well, I mean, I feel like a mech operator would transition into being a farmer pretty well, you know?
Yeah,
Because you have to
exactly.
pay attention to the season. You work with a lot of heavy machinery,
Exactly. So
a lot
like
of paperwork.
it's that, and like honestly, like the theme of that game is mostly about like hypervigilance and like the perception of perpetual threat.
There has a cost though, doesn't it? Like
Yeah.
hypervigilance, like it erodes you mentally.
There's a big twist in that game, and like the funny thing about this twist is that like if you're not looking for it, you might not see it. But it's again,
Are you gonna tell us what it is?
no, it's a twist.
Oh my god, tell me. Okay, will you tell me after this?
I mean, I guess you'll have to play it.
Ah,
It takes about 30
You're
minutes.
so
to,
mean.
It takes about 30 minutes to an hour to play, so it's not that
really?
bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what's another game?
Okay, so the next game I made after that, or the next one I produced after that, was The Elkman Isn't Real, which is essentially, I can't tell you too much, but I can tell you that it's more like folklore. It's kind of like, it's definitely a game, but it's a game that you can never stop playing, and it's a game that you can never win. It's a game that you can only lose.
Wow.
It comes from a lot of the problems I used to have with like paranoid delusions, and I throw a lot of trigger warnings onto this game, and I know that trigger warnings are very like ubiquitous now, but like these are like for real there for a reason. So like I've had a lot of people like that I've tried to like warn about how intense this game can be, and like blah, blah, blah. And I've had like legitimately I counted 6 people tell me that they had to go to a therapist about this game. So
Wow.
if you have a problem with paranoid delusions, don't play this one. Just fucking skip it. It'll
You're
mess.
making me really want to play it though.
That's what happens to everybody, and I'm not going to stop you from buying it. But I did definitely warn you. The game that I'm running in October, which is it's going to be in Lancaster. I mean, it's going to be near Lancaster in a town called Hamburg.
Where's Lancaster?
Lancaster is in Pennsylvania.
Ooh, okay.
Yes, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It's in a town called Hamburg at Blue Mountain, Olivet Blue Mountain, something like that. Anyways, Tempest Omni Year Zero. It's based off of an IP, Tempest Omni, that my buddy Sean Jaffe wrote.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, and it's like time travel stuff.
Time travel stuff. I love time travel stuff. Is it a particular kind of time travel?
Yes, it's supposed to be like a time adventure. So like it's less Doctor Who and more like it's a historical crossover game where everybody plays anybody from any point in time.
Like a dressing room RP.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, on a lot of like journals, like on live journals, you would have these text RPs,
Yes.
and they were called dressing rooms.
Yeah.
And like you could play anybody from any time, and there could be multiple versions of the same character.
That's exactly the same thing that we're doing here. Exactly that. But yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of buffer, which is like sword fighting and stuff like that. We're gonna have like
Oh, that's cool. I've never done that.
yeah, it's really fun, and like it's supposed to be. I've designed it so that it's super simple, and so that's gonna be really very very new player friendly. Like my mom, who is not a nerd and has never LARPed before, is flying out from Colorado to play this game. She's asked a million times to LARP before. I've been like, no, you'll have a terrible time.
Oh my gosh, you're having your mom LARP. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, and like again, like she's not a nerd. She has never done acting. She doesn't like watch nerd shit. She has no idea about fantasy or sci-fi or anything.
That's
but I'm like,
so cool.
you do know what being a person is, so you can play this game. So yeah,
I'm not so sure that everyone knows how to be a person yet. Like, I feel like I'm still kind of figuring it out.
I say you can be anybody, but I did say specifically you can't be like the shit heels of history. So you can't be like a Nazi or a slaveholder or like a Confederate soldier or shit like that.
Don't be an asshole.
Yeah, so like I say.
Because then like someone's gonna want to punch you, and you're gonna be like, "Don't touch me," and they're gonna be like, "Well, shouldn't have been a fucking Nazi then."
I was just like, hey, what if I didn't have to deal with this bullshit for like one day of my life?
That would be amazing.
Wild. Yeah. Other than like very 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 obvious restrictions on who you can play, then yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
You know, I see so many like historical characters are always very, very fancy, and I always want to be the opposite of that. Like I was in this one thing where like someone was reincarnated Cleopatra, and someone was like, there's like a duke, and this guy is like a major general for Wellington, and like all that. And then my character is like, I'm a peasant. I died in dysentery. That's my story.
I think that
like that's what I want to be. I want to be like
history is.
I don't know, just some nobody.
Well, that's the thing though, is that history is always curated by the rich, right? Because the rich are the people that can write things down. The rich are the people that control the media. Like, so all of the important people in history are the rich people because they get to write everything down. But in reality, like the most interesting people from any time period are always going to be like the schlubs that are like farming or like having to deal with the real problems of the world, and not like, oh, the Earl today his wife has got the flu and like no.
I think you should write a game about that. Write a game about nobles sitting around and complaining, and then their servants are like, "Can you fucking believe this asshole?"
What if we did something interesting and good with history, as opposed to just being like rich people kick ass?
I think we should write a history game that's all about like servants and like people that work for like the big projects. Like the engineers and the gardeners and I mean, like, who knows the most in a place? It's going to be the kitchen staff, right?
Yeah, and like honestly, people at the lower levels of the class structure have always been the ones that have like had to have the most dynamic lives and like had to have the most stories because they're the most at risk, which sucks for them, but makes for great stories.
That's true. History sucks, and that's why RPs are cool.
Kind of. That can. What else am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm doing Hot Horror Jam, which I'm excited about. It's like itch.io does a bunch of game jams, and a lot of them are like physical game based, and a lot of them are like, you have 2 weeks to write this game. It has to be like 4 to 10 pages or less.
Yeah.
And Hot Horror Jam is exactly what it sounds like. It's like, hey, let's write some real hoary horror games.
I'm listening.
Yeah, fucking exactly.
That's amazing. I need to do this.
Yeah, it's free to do it. You can just go on to itch.io and click the Join Jam button, and then you're in there.
I actually recently joined my first itch.io jam, which made me upload one of my old games for the first time ever, so it could be put in the Sword Dream bundle. And I was like, oh god, it's always, all my games have only ever lived on GDocs. And it's first time one of my games left to GDocs. And I was like, my baby's leaving home.
I know, right? Actually, like, the itch.io game jams are like, what got me into doing the website. Because like, I was like, I can make a game for this, I'll just do it for fun. And then I did it, and I was like, cool, I can actually do this all the time. So that's cool. What convinced me to go actually make my website. So like I owe a lot to itch, and like the thing that drives me crazy about it is that like drive-through is a non-competition clause, so you can't put things on both drive-through and itch.
Yeah, that sucks.
And itch is just like a much better hosting service because they take less of your money. It's a new, updated, and by far superior user interface, and they give you all of your analytics for like where your traffic is coming from. It's just a better service and a better community, and like I wish.
But this guy's saying doesn't reflect the opinions of the show.
But
sorry, Chris, who I interviewed directly before this.
I'm sorry. Update your service.
Oh my gosh.
But like, and I understand that drive-through has like a lot of like structure that prevents it from being updated, but like. That's gonna hold it back,
and it is. Options are always a good thing, right? So really,
so they should really
get
rid of their non-competition clause. Is what they should definitely do.
Well, I can't comment on that because I don't know anything about it. Because none of my games have ever left GDocs. But itch.io is cool. Everyone calls it itch.io and says it properly. I just call it itch.io.
Itch.io is a way better way to say it. I'm just an idiot.
Everybody should do it my way, is the takeaway here.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So, before we go, what is something in the RPG scene right now that you're like just super hype about that gets you super excited and passionate?
Another game that I'm working on is for Sword Dream.
Woo!
I didn't know, like, it took me like a solid 2 fucking weeks to figure out what the hell was going on with Sword Dream.
Yeah, a lot of people have that problem.
Everyone was just tagging it, and I'm
like,
like, what the fuck is this?
we're all, like, all of us like Sword Dream kids, we're always like, don't pin us down, man. Just let it be what it is, man. So everyone's like, what is this? And we're like, I don't know, man. Someone just called to me. Oops.
But yeah, the problem
should
is,
do a shot.
the problem is that like people will say like, hey, this is what like it's this dream, man. And I'm like, cool, but what the fuck is it? It's basically
Okay. So basically, the Sword Dream was born, or actually just dream. Lots of dreams, like snail dreams and egg dreams
I'm
and
seeing
fire
these
dreams
around now.
and space dreams. I'm working
good.
on a rat dream
That sounds appropriate.
because
Good.
rats are the best.
Baller, jamming,
Yes.
420 blazing.
And basically, it's trying to take a lot of the values of the OSR that are implicit and making them explicit.
Yeah.
Like inclusiveness and but also there's a lot of stuff like paying people fairly.
Yeah.
And you know, like running business in an ethical way. And I have to go run a game, so I have to finish up.
Enjoy it.
Yes, we will talk more about what you like about those later.
I would love to. Yes.
Another episode.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Frisco, for being on the
It was
show.
a lot of fun to talk to you.
You too. All right. Bye, everyone.
Deuces.